Hi all, welcome to the final whistle. It's match preview time. It's an absolute big challenge at the Etihad. Awaits Leicester City at the weekend as they take on Manchester City. And what a game it's going to be. Dean Smith's first game as interim boss. I'll be joined shortly by Martin from the Mancunian way. He'll give me a big insight into Manchester City. And we'll go through foot in both camps. We'll go through the last 5 meetings. We'll go through everything. So stay tuned. Get involved as well in the comments. And as always, smash a like on the channel for me. Be appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. And you haven't subscribed already, please do so. Push the notification bell as well. I'll tell you every time we are live. And let's get through the comments first. Super Jack Grealish. Must be a Man City fan, I reckon. There. Adam Quinn, if I'm correct. 6-0 is not going to happen, according to some guy. City 6-0. Haaland hat-trick. Grealish, Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne. And 2-1. Can't see us getting anything, but just need to show some fight. And I think that's what it's about. I think it's about trialing this game, Dean Smith, to see what formula works and what doesn't. So, and see what kind of players will fit his style of football. Of course, no easy game at the Etihad. And my heart, I'm always going to back Leicester, but my head, the way Man City are storming through. I mean, I don't believe they've lost a game since Spurs. I believe they're 8 unbeaten. And 9 unbeaten in all competition as well. Obviously, they beat Bayern Munich. So, Alfie, sorry I wasn't here for the predictions. Appreciate that you're in tonight. Dean Smith is a breath of fresh air. Nobody's going to try and poach him, and he's not using us as a stepping stone. Is been a Leicester fan for years, I reckon, with a new manager in with that extra boosted confidence, and Manchester City coming in from Champions League. I think Man City might be burned out. Well, that's something we're going to ask Martin. I mean, it's not going to be a bloody easy game, is it, against Man City? It never is for Leicester at the Etihad. We've had a few results. I'm going to ask Martin about memorable game and all that, the Etihad. Let's get my man in then. Martin, how are you, mate?
Not bad. Thank you for having me.
No, appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Tell everyone firstly where they can find you, Martin.
Yeah, Mancunian Way on YouTube. We're storming at the moment to 2K subscribers, trying to get that before the end of the year. Yeah, and we basically are live every other night. Previews, reactions, and the tactical analysis, transfer stuff. They're there and everywhere. Busy time at the moment. Busy time.
It is, with all this bloody football Man City's playing, I'm sure. Thoughts on your season then, Martin? You're second in the league, 6 behind Arsenal. We're game in hand. Can Manchester City catch Arsenal? And what's your thoughts on the season, pal?
Can they catch Arsenal? 100%. Sunday was a very pivotal day. I know Arsenal fans will spin it as a point gained. Not when you're in a title race, a point gained, because all it did was put the ball right back in our hands. Because before Sunday, City could have won all the games and we couldn't have won the league. We win all our games, we win the league now. And it's City turn up at this time. We are the mentality monsters. Pep is very good at launching this team into the last phase of the season. You ask Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans have been going out with us for 3 years, and the printed T-shirts, got giddy, got really excited, booked all the parades, and when we lifted the trophy at the end. It's basically a tortoise and a hare situation. We always allow everyone else to go flying ahead, and then they kind of burn themselves out, and then we come.
Yeah, it's mad.
It's no different this year.
What's been your actual thoughts on the season overall as a Manchester City fan, regarding expectations and that?
It's a weird one, because I've had to try and calm some fans down, because before the World Cup there was a bit of a meltdown going on. Yep. Even when we were second, there was a bit of a meltdown going on. See, trouble is, I've been supporting City over 40 years, so I'm an old school. I was there at Main Road, playing Wrexham, Blackpool, all that job there before that. So,
appreciate that.
maybe in second in the league is never a meltdown.
No.
It's not a meltdown to me, but to some it's now a meltdown, and people were a bit wary because we changed tactics. We'd stopped playing this overlapping fullback, wide men. It was now a more tactical analysis, going with this 3-2-2-3 and inverting one of the centre backs, and it's worked.
Mad. Talk to me about Erling Haaland. He scored 45 goals in all competition this season, beating Road Van Nistelrooy's 44. Talk to me about a monster that he has become at Manchester City for the price you paid. I think it was 50 million, was it, for Erling Haaland? Talk to me about the player. Talk to me about the player he's called Martin. What a fantastic acquisition for Pep Guardiola.
Norwegian meat machine is what he is what we call him. He's an absolute monster. And trust me now, I don't know if you're coming up on Saturday or any Leicester fans who are, when you see him live, watching him on TV does not do him justice. When you're watching him live, you see what he does. And the thing is, he's getting better and better, because at the start of the season, he was just doing 2 or 3 touches, but there were goals. Now he's coming back. He's coming in deeper. He's learning what Aguero had to learn under Pep, where you had to come back, get involved in the game in midfield, and then make your runs into the box.
Yeah, I agree. He's not just a goal scorer, is he? He does that all-round play. I
think he scares, he intimidates. Because if you look, if you're an opponent and you see Haaland in the tunnel, he's like a Terminator. He just comes out and the way I viewed it at the minute is, it's like, our rivals down the road were many years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of teams are now beating the tunnel. We've got that psychological edge over teams.
We'll be there, travelling numbers, yes. Haaland, for me, is a big admirer of Jamie Vardy. He has stated that he has watched Jamie Vardy a few times. I'm sure he might have learned a bit from Vardy, doing what Vardy's done in the Premier League. I think, these players do have like their idol sort of thing, don't they? They actually look at how they play and what they can take from each other's game. Haaland is a monster, is a unit. He scares defenders. I mean, we've got a 6'6" defender in Harry Souttar, and I don't think he's going to be much of a test, is it, for Haaland, to be fair, in my opinion, with the way Leicester's defence is. But talk to me how he compares to like Aguero in that, Martin, Erling Haaland.
That's hard. That is hard.
I put you on the spot.
The different players. Aguero has a low sense of gravity. And the thing with Aguero is, people used to think he didn't have control of the ball, and he had control of it all the time because he had such a low center of gravity.
Yeah.
It could control it, turn and turn a pace and go. The thing with Haaland, he's a finisher. I think he's a better finisher than Aguero.
Yeah.
Because do I think he's a better overall player than Aguero now? No. I think Aguero's a better overall player. Whether he'll be in 18 months' time, I don't know. That's on Haaland's progression. The scary thing is, he's 22.
He's still got a long way to go, hasn't he, in his
career? He's not even at his peak.
No.
He's going to sign, the rumours are he's going to sign a new contract in the summer. The release clause when Pep signed his new deal. So, happy days. He'll get a bump in wages. And hopefully he'll have his best mate sat behind him as well next season. So it'll all be happy days.
Yeah, 34 goals is the most goals scored in the Premier League season. The order at the minute's Alan Shearer. Haaland has got many games left of the season, of course. And if he scores 5 more, then he'll become the first player to ever score the most more than Alan Shearer in a Premier League season. That record will be beaten. And I'm
barring
sure
injury,
won't it, Martin?
Barring injury, he'll break the record.
Yep, I agree. Talk to me about your thoughts on Leicester. Sacked Brendan Rodgers after 4 years in charge. Now brought in Dean Smith. What's been your thoughts on Leicester as a neutral, Martin?
I've got a mate who's a Leicester fan, lives
Yeah.
down in Leicester, but it's weird because I always said to him what's going on. I think, obviously, I don't know. I'm not on the inside. It looked like Brendan Rodgers had a bit of a rough ride.
Yeah.
And he's not off to Madrid at all. He's a Manchester City fan. Thought Brendan, from the outside, looked like Brendan had a bit of a rough ride. Because the trouble is, it looked like he was doing the job with one arm tied behind his back. But the owner's not giving him any money. I don't know why. I don't know what your financial situation is. But it's very hard to try and do anything in the Premier League with no money.
It is.
It's a very, very hard job. And the trouble is, you've not really replaced Varda.
No.
Which I think needs to be done. I know you had a lot of hopes on Daka because he had a storming record over in the Austrian League, wherever he was from. But he's not come back and done it over here. Obviously, you've got Kalecha, who we know very well. The problem is he's not a reliable finisher. The reason we sold him. It's a difficult one. Obviously, you had to get rid of Fofana. Maddison, is his head fully there, or is because there was rumours that City went in on deadline day, and the rumour was if Bernardo, the idea was if Bernardo was going, Maddison was coming in to replace. Wow. So you don't know where Maddison's head's been for the rest of the season.
Nice, is it?
It's a difficult one because you're a fantastic team who shouldn't be where you are.
No.
But it shows you where winning a league, and then not building on that can take you. Everyone seems to think, and this is what annoys me about the way people talk about Manchester City. They think you just win the league and you just start off you go again. You can't stand still. You stand still in football, you're going backwards.
It's about consistency.
Yeah. They sort of won the league. And then you've gone backwards. You won the FA Cup under Brendan, but then again, no capitalisation on it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. It's chicken and the egg sort of thing. I mean, obviously you brought Dean Smith in now.
Is it a bit too late to save us though? That's the question.
I don't rate Dean Smith. I'm sorry. I thought he was awful. Did a good job at Norwich. But do you know how I see Dean Smith?
Yeah.
I see him as a championship manager, not a Premier League manager for me. And Leicester deserves someone better. Now, obviously, he's interim. I don't know what the plan is for next season.
No.
For you. But I hope you do get out of it. You deserve to get out of it. You're a great football club. Been over to the King Power many a time. Been to Filbert Street. Muzzy is it and all the gang. Great club. Got a little bit of abuse last time I came down there with your fake £20 notes being thrown. Hey, we're used to that. We get that everywhere we go.
Yeah, true. I think with Brendan, his time came at Leicester. You know, he always has that on the shelf thing for like 3 years span in it. You know, Liverpool said the same about him. It'll last 3 years. And they said that about Celtic, and obviously he achieved quite a lot at Celtic, but Scottish League, you know, it's not like the Premier League, is it? It's more difficult. The Premier League is, you know, Celtic and Rangers will win it between each other. You know, there's not much competition in that league. I mean, Celtic were winning it when Rangers were down, struggling in it in like the League One Scottish Championship and all that. And I think with Brendan came to Leicester. 2019 with some great football with Rodgers, but I think like he's won the FA Cup, took us on the European tours and all that, and won the Community Shield. He did okay.
Yeah. Thanks for that
3 years, but yeah. After that, it's all gone downhill for him. The excuses and all that, and saying that the team needed a massive rebuild. He said that most of these players ain't good enough. He's thrown everybody under the bus, including the owners and all that. And it's not been good for Brendan since. He's a man who likes to touch on the notepad quite a lot and clap his hands. I mean, I don't know. I think Brendan, he lacked that inspiring in the end with a team. They wanted that enthusiasm, someone with a bit more passion. And I think quite a lot of players fell out with him, Vestergaard, Sionchu, all that. And if players start falling out with you, you've lost the dressing room. And I think that's what happened to him in the end. And then I think with Brendan, he was here longer than he should have been. He should have been sacked sooner for me, but we never did. We got embarrassed in the FA Cup by Forest last season. And yeah, it weren't really great. We got rid of him. We agreed mutual consent. We brought Dean Smith in. People are thinking, why? Who? What's the point? But no one wanted Leicester in the position that we are. And there was talks of Rafa, but not really Leicester fans were keen. Dean Smith's only the one who's really coming to say, you know what, I'm up for the challenge. Bring John Terry with me. Bring Craig Shakespeare. He did all right at Villa, Dean Smith, but then he went to Norwich. They got relegated to the Championship, and then it fell very short at Norwich, and then he ended up getting fired. But he's a Championship manager. I don't know what the plan is after the end of
I don't think Jesse Marsh is your answer either.
No. What did you actually think to that, Jesse Marsh being linked with Leicester? I mean, he did do well.
This is what I mean. I don't. I look at Leicester, and you're going to hate me for this, in a very similar mold as Villa. Right. I've always said, if you look at that bunch of clubs that are good clubs, well-run clubs, and then you turn round and you think to yourself, what is it they want? Because it's like Fulham now. You've got Marco Silva on the crest of a wave who's doing well. You've got Brighton who's doing well. But the trouble is, are they going to be consistently be allowed to do that? Because the trouble is, in the Premier League, unless Brighton, Fulham, Brentford, all these teams start building on their success, I don't know where to go. Because the trouble is, Chelsea aren't going to stand still forever. They ain't going to be 11th next season.
No,
Liverpool are not going to be 8th next season. So this is what happens. You've got to then build on it because these teams don't despair. They will come back. So if you stay up, personally, I think there's going to be two plans of action. So that you'll have a manager for staying up, manager for going down. Yeah.
Do you think Graham Potter would be the right fit for Leicester, though, if they did stay up, Graham Potter?
Graham Potter would be a great. It's trouble is you'd need time. The problem is everyone will look at Graham Potter at Chelsea. Yeah. Chelsea's a basket case of a football club that's run by an owner who thinks he's playing FIFA and champ manager.
Buying all these.
At the end of the day, Graham Potter was the manager, but he wasn't in charge of the team. No. He was just being given players and told we're signing him. All right, then. Well, no manager can run like that. Ferguson at United ran top to bottom. Pep at City runs it top to bottom. You can't manage it and then turn around and start, signing everybody else. The trouble is you get too many owners who think they're playing FIFA and everything else. It's a joke. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. Like you say, Leicester couldn't have stood still after winning the title and that. We obviously sold Mahrez, we sold Chilwell, we sold Maguire, big amounts of money. We've done well in selling these players for what we brought them for, these little amounts, and then selling them on for big amounts. I mean, we bought Riyad Mahrez for 450k, sold into Man City for £60 million. I mean, it's not bad going, but then Maguire, £17 million from Hull.
Do you want him back?
85 to Man United. No, I don't
want him back. No, send it. You can go back on your team, coach.
I'm all right. In Man United, we're always going to be a struggle for him with being captain and you being that face of the club, innit? I think that's where Man United fans are, innit? You've got to, as a captain, like a Vidic sort of thing, innit? You know what I mean? You've got to be that sort of player, but Maguire...
I think Leicester just need a rebuild. Like if you stay up, rebuild it. Because obviously Maddison's going to go. I think you're all resound to that one.
Yeah.
You might sell one or two others. And like you said, it's bringing maybe deals in from abroad. Because I don't know the finances. I don't know what your owners are. The trouble is, sadly, you lost your owner who was passionate.
Yeah.
Absolutely adored Leicester, wanted everything about Leicester. It went to his family, and his family ain't really got the same passion for it a little bit, it seems. They're a bit like, yeah, we'll carry it on in our dad's memory, but we're not really sort of here for it, if you know what I mean. That's the way it seems from the outside. It doesn't seem to have got the same passion back the other way.
I think with Leicester, they've never, like I say, built. You know, you can never stand still in the league, can you? Even if Arsenal went and won the league, they've got to still build them following seasons. You've got to continue to restructure that squad and refresh that squad, and I don't think we did that enough.
Well, Arsenal's a great example. I'm sorry if I'm talking too much.
No,
Arsenal is a great example. And I said this to an Arsenal fan, and I got abused for it. And I don't think they quite understood what I meant. If Arsenal don't win the league this year, or do win the league this year, they've got to change their transfer policy. They can't keep going into these negotiations and offering 60, 70, 80 grand a week.
No.
This is the problem. When you're at the big boys table, you've got to play the big boys prices. Chelsea have totally now skewed the market off.
Yep.
And it's where they go from it. This is why City were very always clever with fees. We always had a budget where we went to. We did it with Cucurella. We don't feel that player's worth it. We walk away and we'll wait. It's my issue with Arsenal is, are Arsenal going to compete with Newcastle, City, United, Liverpool when they get going? I'm not sure. That's my issue with Arsenal. I don't know how long term it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree. How do I explain Leicester's season then? It's been a real struggle. We are where we are because we deserve to be where we are. We can't. We've shown no fight or passion on the football pitch. And I think that's what's got fans a lot. The spirit in the team, the defence is leaking goals. We've had to change goalkeepers now because Danny Ward, he's a championship goalie, isn't it? Let's be honest. And we brought Iverson in now.
Played well for wasn't he in goal for the away leg? The away when we played your way early on in the season.
Danny Ward.
Yeah, sure he was in goal, wasn't he?
He was.
Because I thought whoever was in goal for you had a great game.
We sat back defended. That's what we do against these teams. I think that's what frustrated Leicester fans even more. When you play a big team, it's like sit off them, try and break them on the counter-attack and just accept a 1-0 defeat, you know what I mean? But in football, you can't do that, can you, Martin? You've got to go out and play football, haven't you? Go out to try and win every game, even if you don't win that game.
The trouble is, you do that, you can come away with a good hiding at the other end.
Yeah, I agree.
And his goal difference is going to be key to the relegation battle. Could be, because it's apart, Southampton now seem to be cut, but yourselves, Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth stay up because I think Bournemouth are getting crucial wins. And the simple fact is they're not conceding as many anymore.
Show more fight, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what it's about. I think Everton will get out of it. I think it's going to be between you, Leeds, and
Forest.
Forest. I think it'll be 2 or 3. 2 of those 3. Because I think West Ham will get out of it.
They've got you as well, haven't they, in the game in hand?
Yeah.
Oh, is that home or away?
Home.
That's goal difference to his finest, that one.
We've got some good fixtures actually. This is why I'm not an arrogant City fan. Never have.
No,
I always respect the opponents, but this is why I'm confident on the league because our fixtures are very, and also they've been moved to the back end. So the Brighton game's not even been rescheduled yet. That's now going to be moved to the back end of May. Everton's been moved to the back end of May. The West Ham game is coming up at the start of May. The beauty of it all is so a lot of these teams will know their outcome by the time they come to us, so they might be on the beach.
I agree.
And we are just ruthless at the minute. We are ruthless.
Yeah, so the best time for
Tuesday night, I've never seen us. Tuesday night, I was in awe of what I was watching. I was in awe Tuesday night. I mean, that is a top Bayern Munich team, and we tore them apart. So I'm just in awe of watching it.
Let's be honest. And you battered them. It's not a game that Leicester have got to come to. I mean, we talk about confidence and what confidence are going to have playing after you lot.
A free hit. I would look at it.
It's a free hit for us. We on paper, we ain't getting nothing.
Do you know why it's free hit? Because you've got your next 3 after us. Leeds, Wolves, Everton. They're the 3. I would use, and this is going to sound, I would use this Saturday as let Dean Smith understand his players.
Yeah.
Say who's up for it, who's not up for it. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't think you will get anything out of Saturday. Not because I think the big thing with Saturday is you don't come away with a good hiding.
I think we've got to keep the score down. And
keep it as if you come away with a 2-0, come away with a 2-0 defeat.
It's all like a point, though, isn't it?
As tight as you can.
I agree.
It's our new system. Our new system's good now.
Let's get on to the game. Man City, Leicester. A big challenge awaits for the Foxes. The Foxes are in 19th. Man City are second in the league. Absolutely thriving Man City. They're like the Power Rangers, isn't it? Fighting till the finish, and they're really going at teams this season and battering them. Like say, Bayern Munich, a good Bayern Munich side, got absolutely thumped against Man City, to be fair, 3-0. What's your thoughts on the game, Martin? Leicester at home. Give me your score later on when we do score predictions.
Like I say, I think you always respect your opponents.
Yeah.
I have a saying, you respect them, you don't fear them. I don't think we fear anyone now. It's a weird one because I don't think City fans or Manchester City fans have still not quite understood how good this team will be.
Yeah.
Or could be. You know, it's like the T word's not being used at the moment. It's just a game at a time, and where we land, we land. We've got Bayern away, then we're into the semi-final against Sheffield, and we'll see where we are there. I watched Real Madrid last night. Thought they were garbage.
They look quite good against Chelsea.
I thought they were garbage.
Did you?
I watched Real Madrid and thought they play us, we'll mow them.
They'll go passing
down. I didn't see anything in Real Madrid. I thought they were just playing a very poor Chelsea team.
Yeah.
And to me, this is the thing. I was more scared of playing Chelsea than I was Real Madrid, because I never want to play English sides in a cup competition. I think it's awful because form's out the window. It's just about now managing our squad, keeping it together, because I do think there'll be 1 or 2 changes on Saturday.
You do? Who do you actually think will come in and who comes out? Will it be defence, do you reckon? Or
no, the defence right now will stay as it is.
Midfield.
Because we've got this 4 at the back, and then 1 inverts into the middle, which is now, at the moment, John Stones, who's been prepped for the Philip Lahm sort of role.
Yeah.
I think the defence will stay the same. Obviously, Ederson in goal. The midfield, he likes KDB, Gundogan, Rodri. Rodri's going to start. KDB will start. It depends. There's no news yet on KDB's because he came off on an ice pack on Tuesday.
Yeah.
But we could even put Alvarez into that role. Play Alvarez as the 10 if we had to do.
Yeah.
I think Mahrez may play on the right. I think it'll be Mahrez, Grealish, Haaland.
I just hope Mahrez don't score against us, man. He always scores against us at Etihad. That's a thing for us, isn't it?
Makes me laugh because all I've heard is how Arsenal fans were saying how going to Liverpool was a fortress and they've only lost 1 game and they'll come to the Etihad and steamrollers. And I went, they don't know how many games we've not lost at the Etihad this year. It's like Fortress Etihad. That game on Tuesday night, I think, was 24 games unbeaten in Europe at home. People are not coming to the Etihad coming away without at the minute, apart from a sad face and a free cup of tea. That's the only thing they're getting out of the Etihad at the moment.
I think that's all we're coming for.
And that's not being, it's just,
no.
If we were playing at yours, if we were playing at the King Power, I would say, you know what, you've got a chance of getting a draw or squeaking a win. Because it's at the Etihad, I think it's because the crowd's different now. The crowd is, everyone's, it's all come from January. All come from this Premier League charge. As soon as the Premier League did this charge on us, because I'm telling you, the Premier League was silly. If they'd have left it alone, we were on a bit of a wobbly season. We were on a bit of a transition season. And we weren't quite there. Cancelo's toys were out the pram. Everyone was moaning. And then they charged us. Pep came out. I don't know if you ever saw it. Pep came out with his rallying cry press conference. I'm not moving from this seat. And we've absolutely steamrolled from there on in. There's a unity now. We're doing huddles. We do pre-match huddle. We do a second half huddle. They're together. All it's done is galvanised us. So thank you, Premier League. Appreciate it. Because I tell you, I don't think we'd have been anywhere near anything if they wouldn't have done it. Like they poked the bear.
You don't poke Manchester City. Jesus.
Honestly, it was like they poked us. It was like just everyone just became galvanised as soon as we got them charges.
Yeah. I think it'll be a difficult game for Leicester. It's a massive challenge, this one. But like you say, Dean Smith's going to go and trial things, which player fits his format and all that. I think it's something that he needs to do because for me, in my head, I don't feel we're getting anything out of the game. We've just got to keep the score down for me. We've got to go there, show some fight against a very good top Man City side. We just can't get steamrolled, and I think that's our confidence could be on the floor after that game because of how many we actually concede. And I think many teams have come.
Yeah.
Burnley, 6 goals they conceded. Newcastle have conceded. Many teams have been battered by Manchester City this season. And I think the way Man City fans look at this one is Leicester are 19th. You know, that you'd expect 3 points guaranteed, but I think
they're not. That's not City fans. We're not. Trust me now, some City fans are banana skin.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, when we play Liverpool, Chelsea, United, Bayern Munich, we're more confident when we're playing them. When we're playing the so-called teams further down the table, we know what they're going to come. You know, I call it an IKEA flat pack 9. And it's just bright breakers, which was where this new formation came from. Because what we do now is, because obviously you'll come, overcrowd the midfield, defend deep. But the trouble is, we've now got a box 4 in the middle, which then prevents that. Because then we can find space, which allows Grealish and whoever's on the right to go.
I agree. You lot ain't going to be like Bournemouth, though. You know what I mean? We made Bournemouth look like prime Barcelona. I mean, Man City and them sort of teams who take their chances, but you've got to stop them from having them chances. But I think with Leicester, like you say, we're going to kind of like park the bus and sit back and hope to break you on the counter-attack like we have in previous times. But let's have a look at a few stats. Premier League head-to-head, played 22, 14 to you lot, 7 to us. 1 draw. The last 5 meetings, 1-0 City, which was this game. Talk to me about this game. Take me back to the King Power this one. Kevin De Bruyne free kick, won it for you lot. Postage stamp free kick. I had a feeling it were going in at the time, but yeah, what a goal. And Man City, you know, we defended then, but
yeah, it was a wonderful free kick. I put down the Edison save from Tielemans was more impressive for me. The one he tipped onto the bar.
You thought that was straight at him though?
No, because that was a superb effort by Tielemans.
It was a good strike though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and for Edison to tip it onto the bar, I thought was world class. I thought the whole thing was a fantastic strike, fantastic save, and that to me, I got more of a buzz out of that than I did the De Bruyne goal. I don't know.
Work in it second half.
I mean, someone's put in the comments 3-3. I don't see us conceding 3 goals. We're not conceding goals at the minute.
We're going to talk about that soon. The last one, at the Etihad was 6-3 Man City. I think we gave you 2 penalties that game. Am I right, Martin? Yuri Tillemans gave you 2 penalties.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about the
scored.
Eric Garcia
No.
show a few years back when we had Eric Garcia at the back.
Oh, bloody hell, no. That was the
2021.
The 5-2 one.
Yeah.
That was lockdown, wasn't it? When Morris put you ahead and then you lot kept giving us penalties, innit? And then Vardy finished calling in the second
Carl
half.
Walker and Eric Garcia.
Aki scored for you lot that game, and then Madison scored an audacious strike. What's your most memorable game, Martin, watching Leicester and Man City, mate? If you had to pick one.
See, one of the first ever games. See, I can go back years.
Go on.
Mine is for a particular goal.
Yep.
Remember Remember when we played you in the FA Cup in the 95-96 season?
Yep.
That King Clancy goal. Gail King Clancy. We had a player called, little Georgian maestro, Gail King Clancy, who just ran from the halfway line. You had that horrible, was it orange kit? Horrible away kit. Hated it.
Yellow kit.
I think we beat you 5-0. Was it 5-0, 3-0, something like that in the FA Cup? But yeah, that was one of the games because I just remember that goal from King Clancy. Thought it was tremendous.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the title winning season.
I expected you'd say that.
That was my most memorable game at the Etihad, to be fair. I mean, you guys were doing well at the time, and then you had Pellegrini as manager back then, innit? And
I think the league had already gone at that point. I think it was, if I remember, Robert Hoof scored as well, didn't he, with that header?
First 5 minutes, yeah. And then we got through Robert Hoof again.
Sadly, I think the teams are in 2 separate places right now.
We all know we're going more backwards and forwards.
Leicester are breath of confidence, and we're super high. And the thing is, we're not conceding. We're not conceding, and we're scoring. We're the top goal scorers in Europe, I believe. We now have one of the best defences in Europe. Since we've gone to this, and because we're not changing the back line anymore, it's Ake, Akanji, Stones, and Diaz.
Do you think this is your season you win the Champions League? I mean, many people have talked about it. That's the only trophy that's caused you kind of like a bit of stir over the years. That you haven't finally got that point. You got to the final against Chelsea that year and managed to lose. Is this your time? Can Haaland send you to that final and win you that trophy?
I'm going to sound really thingy. We need to win it to get the monkey off our back.
Yep.
But I ain't bothered if we don't. No, I'm consistent on that. I'm always the league first. Win your bread and butter, the league. To me, a 3-peat would be more impressive because that equals that shower of you-know-what next door when Fergie did it. So to get that 3-peat,
the treble
would be, to win 3 Premier Leagues on the bounce would be amazing. But, I want to win the FA Cup as well because we haven't won the FA Cup enough. I'm desperate for the FA Cup. I love the competition. And we might even, because I do think we beat Sheffield United, because sadly they're going to lose their 2 best players because they're not allowed to play against us, Doyle and McAtee. We might end up with an old Manchester derby FA Cup final.
Madness. Last 5 head-to-head. You lot have won 4 and we've won 1. Not good starts. I think we're the 5-2 last time at the
I don't even sound arrogant. I just think because we know we can't drop points.
You lot show dominance at the Etihad though. It's not like going to the KP. I'm thinking, do you know what? Sit behind the ball, defend, take a point. But Man City ain't like that. When you go to the Etihad, we sometimes lead 1-0. Like Vardy normally scores. It's just like, I'll take this, and then it's like we poked the bear in it. We poked it.
Even that doesn't work now. Well, Liverpool, everyone's because all I heard last week was Bayern have got pace. Bayern have got pace. Bayern have got pace.
Pace proves nothing if you can't
doesn't
finish.
Work because this new whole system is to stop this whole pace thing. This ball over the top doesn't work. That's because that's when you invert your centre back into midfield, and it's like genius of Pep, because he wanted to play this 3-2-2-3. He played it at Bayern. He played it at Barca. He tried to do it in that game when you beat us 5-2.
Yeah.
But he did it against Lyon, but I don't think we quite had the personnel. That's why all our fullbacks have gone. We don't play fullbacks anymore. We don't really play wide wingers anymore in terms of a winger who hits the byline and puts the ball in. Yeah. Now all control, possession, with directness in between.
Yeah, ours is like different to yours. Ours is more. The system is poor at Leicester, innit? We play out from the back.
Has Vardy been playing? Because I haven't seen a lot of him.
Yeah, when you play Vardy up front, the now he's at 36 now, innit? So, do you know what I mean? So he's kind of like not been there. His teams have kept him quiet. He's just chased lost things, innit? And I think with Vardy now, it's coming to an end, innit? Is a player. He's done everything he can. He's come late enough to the Premier League. I think he come at the age of 27. He's not been given what Harry Kane did at Tottenham, an earlier start, but I think he's done all he can in the Prem. He's done a lot at Leicester for what we signed him for £1 million. But yeah, he used to be a right menace to Manchester City over the years, hasn't he, Martin? Vardy.
Yeah, because it was the ball over the top. Yeah. And we couldn't defend it because it was just sheer pace. And this is what it all came. This new old system came from Real Madrid last year, in my opinion, because we had 10-minute spell of craziness where pace just killed us. They had Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. and everything, and we couldn't handle it. And I think he learned a lot from it. So Pep doesn't quite get enough credit for. But like I said, it's just. I don't mean to sound arrogant. If it was any other time,
yeah,
because we know we have to win every game. To me, well, by the way, we are Manchester City. We're not Manchester City. But there is only one city, by the way. Yeah, us.
Battle of Cities.
No, the thing is, because we can't drop points, we're laser focused right now.
I agree. Last time out there at the Etihad, we've got 4 little segments to go. 6-3. We made so many changes due to all the injuries we had last season. Came to Man City, got 4-0 at half time, and then second half we came out. We scored. Iheanacho. I think Lookman scored as well. Madison. What was your initial thought? It was a Boxing Day game, innit? The Man City game. Last time we come. What was your thoughts on the game? Obviously, 2 penalties got given away. Tillemans' stupidity of tackling in the box. Because that's what Sterling does to you, innit? And Mahrez and that. They like to get in the box, but you can't keep allowing them. With Mahrez, you've got to not allow him in on that favourable foot. And we did a lot. And you lot
favourable. First only foot.
Is it?
You should know that. He's all left foot.
No, I'm winding you up.
He's all left foot. I'd say I could defend against Mahrez because I know what he's going to do. He's going to go down the right, cut inside, and come in, and you're like, great, show him on his right. He ain't doing out. No, I do like Mahrez. I just think I feel for Mahrez because he's not even getting in the team anymore. Sadly, he's become a bit part player. People disagree with me. I think he might be one out the door in the summer.
I agree. I think when a player doesn't play enough games and they don't get enough game time in the team, then obviously they get moved on, innit? How much would you sell Riyad Mahrez for, Martin? Is he worth more than what you brought him for, do you reckon? Or
no, you'll get about 30 million for him.
What's he going to lose money then?
Well, it's not because we've already paid it. The amortization's done, so whatever we get now will be pure profit in. He's 32, coming up 33, so yeah, I think about 30, 35 million.
I think with Vardy, he's got a good record against the top 6 still, though, hasn't he? I think he's the only player to score the most goals against the top 6 sides. Will it be the last match at the Etihad then? One last goal against City?
Maybe, but it depends how we start. If we start like we have been doing, it may be a long afternoon for you.
I agree. We do a thing on the channel called Foot in Both Camps. Talk to me about Sven Goran Eriksson.
Right club, wrong time.
Yep.
We love Sven. Sadly, it was Thaksin Shinawatra came in, and then obviously we had the problem. The funds were frozen because of Thaksin's dodginess. So yeah, but I love Sven. I thought he was great. He gave us the first little glimmer of hope. Shame we brought Matt Hughes afterwards, but less said about that, the better. Yeah, I love Sven. I thought he was tremendous, and it was a great appointment. It was just a shame, he was a dead man walking. The minute we got took over, he was a dead man walking.
Darius Vasil.
Workman-like, wasn't prolific for us. Was workman-like, did a job. Probably came too late, back end of his career.
Yeah, that's when we had him.
Sadly.
Then.
Yeah, Darius Vasil's a funny one. I did like Vasil, but he looked good with that Andy Cole sort of formation at the very beginning, but again, I never warmed to Andy Cole because of his history. So,
Morris.
Split camps.
Go on, tell me why.
Well, you know one of the reasons. You had it at your place. Trust me, you know. When he's not picked, what happens?
Throws his toys out the pram, innit?
Well, it's all his fan base that then throws the toys out the pram at the same time.
Tapping at Leicester, same thing. Wanted to move.
Tremendous talent, absolute ball player when he wants to be.
Yeah, I agree.
I would look at it. He's had a roller coaster of a Manchester City career because he sort of does it in fits and starts. Does it in fits and starts. He's not consistent. There we go for 20 games.
Yeah, he were a fantastic player for us. One of our greatest wingers in history, Riyad Mahrez. Brought in 400k. Won the league with Leicester. Done well in the championship when he first came. Scored some great goals. The one against Chelsea. In the winning season. And man scores goals on that left foot, man.
On his day, he's unplayable.
Yeah.
That goal, he scored a free kick about 4 weeks ago. That was just awesome. I think it was Chelsea in the FA Cup. Or was it
great player. He
and
played well against Tottenham at home, didn't he, that game? Was that his best game?
Tottenham at home, he come alive. The trouble is, you see that, and then for 4 games after, you don't see that.
That's mad.
So, I mean, it's the consistency you need out of him.
They were quite consistent at Leicester, though. Him and Vardy were doing all the work, and they had that great connection. And
it's harder with us because he's, and I don't mean so. At yours, he was like the big guy. He was the guy.
He was the man, yeah.
He's just another player in a squad. And even Grealish has said that. Grealish has had to really adapt onto that because Grealish said, "I've come from Villa where
he don't dive much now, does he?"
Well, he did.
Guardiola don't allow that, does he? No.
The thing is with Grealish, it's like Grealish said. He said, "I was a shark in a pond at Villa. I've come here and I'm a tadpole in an ocean, and I don't quite." And that was an actual quote from him. And he said,
he was their best player.
Yeah, at City again, he's just a player in the squad. Calvin
got
Phillips
less pressure off him, hasn't he?
Calvin Phillips is the same. Come from Leeds, was the guy.
Yeah.
Come to City and he's just floundered at the minute. He's struggling.
Just a player. Kasper Schmeichel, Martin. What do you think to him at City? I know he played for Manchester City. His dad did as well, didn't he? Peter Schmeichel.
Casper came in under Sven. He was great. Did very well. He was too young for us. It was start of his career. So we'll see. But he did very well afterwards. I was surprised you let him go.
Yes,
to be honest.
What's your actual force? I mean, £1 million to Nice. He fell out with Brendan Rodgers. He was the captain in the changing room, the leader.
I was shell shocked.
It's mad to get rid of him. That's when it all started going downhill for Brendan Rodgers. From the point that they got rid of Schmeichel to then not replace him for Farner. That's
then
where
to keep Danny Ward in, I was
started.
like, oh, well, where are you going with this one?
Right before the window ended as well. To not get another
yeah, it was a weird. The Casper sale was a weird one. It was but for City, he was a young kid. It was a young kid. It was just starting his career, but you could definitely see the potential there.
Cracking goalkeeper for us, Casper, in the 10+ years in Rio.
Are we getting to the legend yet? Are we at the legend yet?
He is a legend, club legend. He'll always will be a legend. Mahrez, legend. Vardy, legend. If you win the Premier League title at the club,
you know what I mean.
Oh,
the guy who was on loan at yours, really.
No,
because there is only one City for him. There is only one City for him.
Go on and talk about him.
Die-hard blue. He is. He's a die-hard blue. His whole family are blues. Season ticket holder. Works for the club now. I think he's one of the club ambassadors now.
What year are we talking?
Pardon?
You've lost me. Who you're on about?
I'm on about Dicker.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on about. I've been waiting for the Dickoff one.
Yeah, here he is. Yeah, we'll talk about him then. Paul Dickoff.
Legend. I love him.
He was a great player for Leicester.
Came to us, Alan Ball.
He was a small man,
Alan Ball's. He was Alan Ball's last signing. £1 million from Arsenal. Wasn't the most prolific goal scorers, but he'd run through a brick wall.
Legend for you,
run through a brick wall. He fell in love with the club, and it's like I've never seen when he came back for that second stint. I've never seen a player be as emotional as he was. He was so emotional when he come back. And he did an interview and he was like, I'm home. I'm here. It's like when he scored that goal against us was it the FA Cup? Or was it when he scored at the Etihad?
That one when Jordan Stewart scored, was it?
I can't remember. I know he scored a goal against us.
Season, right? Jordan Stewart scoring against Jesus.
It was. It's just weird because he's like I said, he's now a club ambassador. Sure, he's something anyway with the club. I love Dicker. I was there in '99 when he did what he did, the knee slide and all. Just love the lad.
Dickoff loved it. Dickoff is loved at Leicester. Been on 2 spells at Leicester. We had him on the back end of his career the second time. I think he had a discount then at that point. He'll get into that age of retirement, isn't it? And we had him the first time. Incredible. The little Scotsman that he is. Man can run, man can score, and scored some memorable goals for the Foxes, Dickoff, and is one of the fans' favourites still to this day. So
I think that's the way he is with it. He loves it.
Everything.
I mean, to Dickoff though, there is only one City though.
Martin, can I let you hear that, Joe, mate? I thought he did all right at Man City before he come to us, but we paid a big fee for him.
Young lad again.
Scored goals against Man United.
Yeah, I think that's
score against the big clubs, didn't it?
That's what I think he'll be remembered for. The goal against United in Pep's first season. I thought he's a very, very good player.
He is on his day.
Was he a Pep player? I'm not sure. I'm not sure he was a Pep sort of player.
There was a clause that you could have signed him for £50 million back if buyback clause. I don't know if that. I know that ain't in his contract now, is it? Since he signed a new 3-year deal at Leicester.
We do that with everyone now. We've even got it for Lavia. Lamia,
Would you
who's
took him
down
back?
at Southampton. Iheanacho, no.
No.
The trouble is, was he ever getting in ahead of Aguero? No.
No chance.
Or
Do you
was he-
feel he had to work more at Leicester though? I mean, the team that you had at Man City, the cracking players that he had the service and everything in it. He didn't really have to put much in. Now at Leicester,
I think he's
actually
become
more
a better
preserved,
footballer. Become a better
more work
footballer at
harder than
Leicester.
that.
Yeah, because he's
worked
had
harder.
to. He was still a kid when he was with us.
He's
Same
matured
as
now.
Casper. Yeah, same as Casper. It's weird because like the two you've got Marcel and Dickoff on his second spell with us was back end of his career the same way as Marcel.
Yeah.
But you had Kelechi and Casper. They were just starting out. And I wish him all the best. I thought 25 million quid was a great bit of business.
They both had Schmeichel's had legendary status at Leicester, hasn't he? Great career. Iheanacho's just not had the run of games, has he? He hasn't really had the games that he wanted. But he can score. He's got one of the top 10 in percentages of scoring. Iheanacho
scored at Wembley last year.
So,
in the Community Shield.
He came on as well. I said to the missus, I sat there. She said, Iheanacho's coming on. I said, yeah, he'll score a goal against his former club. He'll come off the bench and nick that winner. And he did late on. And that penalty.
That's why I'm so happy McAtee and Doyle aren't playing against us next week.
No.
So happy with that. Because not sure Doyle. I'm not sure if Doyle would be able to score against us. Doyle is an absolute diehard bloke. I think it'd break his heart scoring against us. McAtee, I'm not too sure. But I'm so glad they're not. Because our former players always score against us.
Yeah, same here for us.
The Stars.
I remember when Nacho missed that sitter at the Etihad. Do you remember it? You were 1-0 up at the time from company's strike. Nacho comes on. Should have scored past Edison. And he put it way over. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe he'd missed. But I think that's Iheanacho's love for Man City, isn't it? He's got that love for Man City.
Well, someone said
and
that.
He wanted you to win. He wanted you to win.
He's a City fan. Look, he's missed. No.
He loves Man City. He does, Martin. He missed on purpose. Didn't want Liverpool winning that league.
I just think he was crap and couldn't score it. I know everyone's gonna go, oh, he loves City. Didn't
No. Talk about team selection then, Martin, the starting 11. I think with Leicester, we'll go with obviously goal. We'll go with Castagno, Fass, Soto, Christensen, Maddison, Dewsbury Hall, Mendy. I don't know if Harvey Barnes is going to play. He had an hamstring problem. So it might be Tete. I'm going to go Iheanacho and Vardy, I think. I want that two up front. But I tell you what, I'm going to take Dewsbury Hall out. And then I'm going to have in... I tell you what, I'll put Dennis Pratt out, right, I think. So I'm going to go 4-4-2 for Leicester, Martin. What about City?
Ooh, you're brave. You're brave.
That's what I want to see, Martin.
You're brave. If you're coming playing that, thanks very much.
We normally play a sort of one up front, innit? You know, like a 4-3-3.
Yeah, that's what I think you'll do. I think
or two centre defensive mids and then one striker. So I think last game we played a 4-2-3-1. So
I'm not.
We can't defend.
I don't know because I don't know what you'll do with the new manager. I'm expecting the flat pack 9 across our box and don't move. But we'll see. I've got Edison, the back line, like I said, Edison, Ake, Diaz, Akanja, John Stones. I think Rodri will play. I think KDB will rest out. I think he'll play Alvarez.
5-3-2.
Yeah.
Guess Man City will need to put 10 at the back. We do.
I think he'll play Rodri, Gundogan, Julian Alvarez in the KDB role. I think Kevin will rest out. And then I think he'll play Mahrez, Haaland, Grealish.
Haaland, Grealish. Is that the 4-3-3? Is that what you got?
Well, it's a 4-2-1-3 or 4-2. It's a weird one because what it'll look like is it'll be 4, but we'll invert Stones into the midfield. So it'll become a 3-2-2-3.
Yeah, someone's gone 5-3-2. I don't know if that's a Man City fan. No, he's gone Sousa, Evans, and Fass is a Leicester fan. 5-3-2. I mean, yeah, we're going to sit behind the ball tomorrow. I think we're going to test out everything. Get everybody to stand in the box, someone to backstop. Yeah, in goal. I mean, yeah. We've got to defend tomorrow and just keep the score down. Goal difference, like you say, it's going to be.
I hope you're not defending tomorrow. There's no game tomorrow.
I'm going to Manchester tomorrow. My apologies. I'll be off to Manchester tomorrow. So, yeah, it's going to be a. What's Manchester like for a night out, Martin? Any good?
Get Northern Quarter. On the
Northern Quarter. Fantastic. Martin, score prediction, mate. What do you reckon?
I'm going to say 4-0.
4-0.
I think it'll be. I think we'll score early.
Yeah.
And then I think we'll get the goals later on in the game as you tire.
Guys,
I don't think it'll be a 4-0 smack as in, I think it'll be 1-0 and then the second half will tie you down and get the others.
That's when Aguero scored his hat-trick once, won in the second half against Leicester.
That's what we're very good at. We just wear teams.
Would that a 5-1 win? When Aguero scored his hat-trick.
I know that's what Southampton did last week. We let them have the ball for 35 minutes, try and work them out. We tired them down, and then we just took over.
My heart's saying 2-1, but my head is 5-0 City.
You've gone worse than me.
Yeah, Martin, the way we defend, mate. I mean, we're not bloody keen on Haaland bloody tomorrow, Saturday, are we? So yeah, he's one that every team looks to keep out, but you can't. Man City are a team; they're not individuals. When they do play as a team, they're a force. They're like the A team, innit? With Mr. T.
Yeah, I just
come straight through you.
We'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to every game at the minute. It's a weird situation. I go into every game bouncing. And we'll see, but it's going to be a fight till the end. We've got 9 games. We win all 9. We win the league.
Yeah.
We'll see what Arsenal. It's up to Arsenal now.
Martin,
to me,
because
I do think we'll beat them at the Etihad. It's what Newcastle do. It's what Newcastle do against Arsenal.
3-2 Leicester.
2-3 to the Foxes. City don't concede 3 goals. You need to look at our defensive record.
Yeah, we played this season. If we didn't get a new manager in like we have done, yeah, we were writing the City game off anyway, But we're looking at the 7 games after City.
I think Dean Smith will look at the next 3 as more important.
The next 7 after City, yeah. They're
I think those 3, because you've got, I can't remember what order you got. Is it Leeds, Everton, Wolves? Those are the 3 I think that can get you out of it. And that's why Saturday I think will just be a free hit. It's just, to me, I think Dean Smith will be looking not to get out without spanking.
I agree. I think we've got to win 4 out of the 7 after City to have any chance of staying up. But then you've got to not look at other teams like Everton, Leeds and Forest. You've got to do your own job, innit? If they pick up points, they pick up points. But we could be 5 points adrift by the Man City game. So
the thing is, we can't drop points now. We can't drop points. So that's why I think we'll win, because Manchester City are fully focused now on trying to get this league. We cannot drop points. So, and like De Bruyne said and Pep said, we're focused. They know. Your lads are all going for these 3 goals.
40 hat-trick. One last hat-trick against City. He scored an hat-trick once, I believe, 40. At home. Do you remember it?
I'm trying to think, when was the last time City conceded goals?
The home game we beat you was, when was it? The 3 that Vardy scored. I think it was John Stones went to pass it back in it, and Vardy caught him.
We conceded one against Liverpool.
I think that's when you had Bakary Sagna in defence. when Vardy scored the hat-trick, you know.
The last time Manchester City conceded more than a goal was
Vardy scored 2 hat-tricks against City. He has
19th. The 19th of January was the last time we conceded more than 1 goal in the league.
Oh, there we are. And 2021, yeah. Two hat-tricks he's got against you, Jamie Vardy.
The difference is Tottenham scored 2 against us at home. We just put 4 back the other end against them.
They thought they had the game bloody finished, Martin, there.
Listen, I'm looking forward to the game. And
Same here.
I hope you stay up.
Yeah.
And I hope you go on to better things.
Are you at the game at the weekend?
I'm always at the games, mate.
Same here.
Always at the games.
Bloody open.
Listen, I watched City versus Buddy Wrexham. I'm going watching City now.
Yeah, we've seen all teams in the good times and the bad times, innit? So, you know, it'd be a good test on the weekend. But yeah, Martin, thank you for coming on, mate. Good luck with your top 2 battle with Arsenal, and yeah, I want Man City to win the league. To be fair, so yeah, good luck. All the best for that, mate, and all the best for the rest of the season after Saturday, mate. Yeah. Tell everyone where they can find you, Martin, people who have just tuned in.
Mancunian Way, we're live this evening at 9:30 doing our Leicester preview. I'll always come on. I don't run away when we get beat. But hey, IOP comes on to ours when we beat. No. Yeah, 9:30, we're doing the Leicester preview. So if you want to come on, we have a panel. Come out. We just talk Manchester City. We've got a few topics tonight. Outgoings. How good is this? How good is Manchester City team right now? And obviously the Leicester preview.
Thanks for coming on, Martin.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
That was Martin from the Mancunian Way. Go and subscribe to the channel if you're a neutral. Guys, if you've enjoyed the stream, smash a like for me, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it as always. Hope you've enjoyed the match preview. A lot talked about. Former players talked about. Mahrez, Dickov, Iheanacho, foot in both camps. Darius Vassell, Schmeichel. You know, we could have talked about Ryan McGiven and that, but and Ben Mee, but you know, there we have it. That is another match preview done then, and on to the game. So, guys, go and check out the Premier League predictions as well. It's on the channel. Go and check us out. Go and give me your score predictions as always. What is coming up on the channel then? So, we've got the match day vlog. We might have an overnight vlog, overstay vlog. Out tomorrow on the channel as I travel to Manchester for pre-birthday stuff. So maybe I'll create a vlog for that. You can see what I get up to in Manchester, how many bloody pints I'll be down in, or whatever it is, we'll be drinking, or you know. But yeah, the match day vlog Saturday, Sunday the match review, Premier League predictions next week returns again for week 32. And also the match preview for Wolverhampton Wanderers. So there we have it. See you Saturday. Gonna games on Sky, isn't it? Yeah, 5:30 kickoff. Happy birthday. Great day. Yeah. We can only hope, but it's going to be an uphill challenge at the Etihad on Saturday. Happy birthday to you on Saturday. Have a wonderful day full of cake and presents. Do you know what? I think I'll be eating my cake at the bloody Etihad at his rate, watching Holland. No. I just hope you don't ruin my birthday, but yeah, man. If man celebrates with a bloody party hat on as a celebration, yeah. Won't be good, would it? But no, I'm only joking. Should be a good game, full of goals at the weekend. If you're at the Etihad, come and say hello. Come and give me your score predictions. And yeah. Let's get this Dean Smith interim manager era underway, shall we? See you Saturday, Jack. You will. Yeah, looking fresh. Had my haircut, but yeah. Smash the like, guys. Subscribe to the channel, and I'm off. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it as always, and I'll see you in another stream. Take care, and come on the Foxes.